Though they try to keep up appearances, North Korea is known as a politically backward country with no personal freedoms or rights. The international community treats North Korea like a pariah, and it only has diplomatic relations with a handful of countries around the world. Because of its totalitarian government, there are numerous restrictive laws. Today, we're looking at things you can't do in North Korea. In North Korea, 3 generations of totalitarian leaders have ruled since the advent of the Kim dynasty. These rulers are referred to as "dear leader" and promote the idea that they were divinely chosen for their position. Thus, it is extremely taboo to disrespect any of these leaders, and the punishments are harsh. They even go beyond capital punishment. One of the country's most brutal laws is the 3 generations of punishment rule. If one person is convicted of a serious crime and sent to a prison camp, their immediate family can also be sent with them. Then, their next 2 generations born in the camps can also remain there. The edict was introduced in 1972 by Kim Il-sung and said up to 3 generations had to be punished to wipe out the seed of class enemies. Kim Il-sung, who founded the country and died in 1994, is often called Eternal President or Great General. Kim Jong-il is Chairman or Dear Leader. Kim Jong-un, who took power after his father passed away in late 2011, may be called Supreme Leader or Dear Respected. One journalist who failed to add a title was quickly scolded. Please remember the leader. Always remember the leader. All North Koreans wear a pin over their left breast featuring the face of Kim Il-sung or Kim Jong-il, or both. The pins can't be bought by foreigners. The most common one is a shining red flag with the 2 men's portraits. But don't call them pins. That word undermines their significance. As one minder said after consulting translation software on his phone, they are badges. Although the North Korean constitution officially allows freedom of religion, the practice is very different. The state has a hostile approach to religions, particularly those it sees as Western faiths, such as Christianity. The nation's official ideology is Juche, a fusion of Marxism and Korean nationalism created by Kim Il-sung, and the regime views any practices outside this doctrine with deep suspicion. Those discovered practicing Christianity face arrest and being sent to a labor camp. As such, Christians are forced to worship in secret, and some don't initiate their children into the religion due to the risks. Historically, Korea had a large Christian population. Missionaries were active throughout the Korean peninsula when it was a Japanese colony prior to the Second World War, and around 1/5 of its population was believed to be Christian. As many as 500,000 of North Korea's current 2.5 million population are estimated to still be Christian today. Men and women in the hermit state have reportedly been given an illustrated guide of approved hairstyles, which have been deemed acceptable by tyrant leader Kim Jong-un. Surprisingly, however, none of the 15 styles appear to match Jong-un's infamous hairstyle. The leader's iconic haircut, nicknamed the Ambitious, appears to be off-limits to the general public. Finnish journalist Mika Mäkeläinen took a snap of 2 posters which he claims depict the allowed haircuts during a visit to Pyongyang to cover the Day of the Sun, which is an annual public holiday in North Korea to mark the birth of Kim Il-sung 105 years ago. Inspection units are being dispatched to public areas, one source said. With the approach of the 70th anniversary on September 9 of the founding of the North Korean regime, the Central Committee has given special instructions to root out non-socialist phenomena, such as fashion choices and hairstyles that do not fit the socialist lifestyle, the source added. Apple products and other Western tech companies are officially banned in North Korea. But like virtually every other law in the country, exceptions are made for the elite. In one of the many staged photographs of Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea appears seated at a desk beside what looks like an iMac computer. A fondness for Apple products among North Korean elites wouldn't come as a complete surprise. In 2015, researchers from Germany took a look at Red Star, the country's homegrown operating system, only to find that the design closely resembled the Mac's OS X. Television in North Korea is subject to the Korean Central Broadcasting Committee. and controlled by the propaganda and agitation department of the Workers' Party of Korea. A study in 2017 found that 98% of households have a television set. However, there are only 4 stations, and of course, they're all run by the government.